Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have access to a treasure trove filled with the world's most exquisite jewellery? For the members of the British royal family, this isn't just a fantasy. Today we delve into the glittering world of tiaras that have graced the head of one of modern monarchy's most prominent figures, Catherine, Princess of Wales. What stories do these diamonds and pearls hold? What secrets lie hidden in their sparkle? Join us on a journey through time and royal protocol to explore each tiara ever publicly worn by Kate Middleton. The Cartier Halo. Tiara, a wedding fairy tale. Let's begin at the very start, with the moment the entire world watched. April 29th, 2011. The wedding day of Kate Middleton and Prince William at Westminster Abbey. Beneath the ethereal veil held in place shone a tiara that perfectly complemented her iconic lace gown by Alexander McQueen. It was the Cartier Halo tiara, a choice brimming with grace, history, and symbolism. Crafted by the jewellery house Cartier in 1936, this tiara is an embodiment of understated Art Deco elegance. It is fashioned from platinum and adorned with 739 brilliant-cut diamonds and 149 baguette-cut diamonds. The design features an intricate composition of scrolling motifs and stylized palmettes converging towards a central element, creating the effect of a radiant halo, hence the name. This is not a cumbersome, overpowering piece, but rather a delicate, almost weightless radiance, enhancing the youth and beauty of the bride. The history of the halo tiara is no less fascinating than its appearance. It was commissioned by Prince Albert, Duke of York, the future King George VI, for his wife Elizabeth, Duchess of York, later known as the Queen Mother. Just 3 weeks before he unexpectedly ascended the throne following his brother's abdication, the Duchess received this exquisite jewel. However, upon becoming queen, she favoured larger and more imposing tiaras suited to her new status. In 1944, the halo tiara was gifted by the Queen Mother to her elder daughter, Princess Elizabeth, the future Queen Elizabeth II, for her 18th birthday. The young princess wore it publicly several times before her accession to the throne, but like her mother later preferred more substantial pieces from the royal collection. The tiara was also loaned to the Queen's younger sister, Princess Margaret, and the Queen's daughter, Princess Anne, before taking its place in the royal vaults. The choice of this particular tiara for Kate Middleton on her wedding day was deliberate. It symbolised continuity, the connection between generations of royal women. Furthermore, its relatively modest size and graceful design were perfectly suited for a bride entering the royal family, but not yet one of its central figures. It was a mark of respect for history and tradition, yet also a choice highlighting Kate's own elegance. Since becoming the Princess of Wales, we have not seen her wear this tiara publicly again. Perhaps it is now considered too delicate for her current status, or perhaps it awaits its moment for future royal brides. The halo wedding tiara became a symbol of the start of Kate's royal journey, but this was merely the first touch upon the crown's treasures. Which jewel did she choose for her next formal tiara appearance? 2 years after the wedding? The answer lies within the petals of another, equally historic adornment. The lotus flower tiara, legacy of the Queen Mother and Princess Margaret. More than 2.5 years passed after the royal wedding before the world saw the then Duchess of Cambridge in a tiara again. In December 2013, at the annual diplomatic reception at Buckingham Palace, one of the most formal events on the royal calendar, Kate appeared wearing the lotus flower tiara, also known as the papyrus tiara. That evening, she paired it with an elegant pale blue gown, reportedly a repurposed Alexander McQueen gown, and exquisite diamond drop earrings. The lotus flower tiara possesses a unique and recognizable design. Created by the jewelry house Garrard, it features delicate fan motifs topped with pearls and diamonds, reminiscent of blooming lotus flowers or stylized papyrus leaves. The base of the tiara is crafted from diamonds, supporting these elegant arches. The piece exudes an ambiance of the 1920s, the era of jazz and elegance. The history of this tiara begins with a necklace. In 1923, the Duke of York, future George VI, presented his bride, Lady Elizabeth Bowes-Lyon, future Queen Mother. with a Greek key-pattern necklace featuring diamonds and pearls by Garrard as a wedding gift. Just 6 months after the wedding, the enterprising Duchess of York decided to have the necklace remade. Following her instructions, Garrard dismantled the necklace and used its elements to create this delightful tiara. Initially, the Queen Mother wore the tiara quite low on her forehead, in the bandeau style, characteristic of 1920s fashion. Photographs from that era show the young Duchess of York wearing the piece this way. Later, she preferred to wear it more traditionally, atop her head. In 1959, the Queen Mother gave the lotus flower tiara to her younger daughter, Princess Margaret. The tiara became one of Margaret's favourite jewels, and she wore it frequently to various events throughout her life. Princess Margaret also wore it differently, sometimes low on the forehead like her mother, sometimes higher like a classic tiara. Following Princess Margaret's death in 2002, the tiara returned to Queen Elizabeth II's main collection. Interestingly, the tiara was also loaned to Serena Armstrong-Jones, then Linley, wife of Princess Margaret's son, David Armstrong-Jones, for her wedding in 1993. Kate chose the lotus flower tiara again in October 2015 for the state banquet honoring President Xi Jinping of China. This time, she created an entirely different look, pairing the sparkling jewel with a striking, vibrant red gown by Jenny Packham. It was a bold and memorable appearance, demonstrating the tiara's versatility. The third time Kate appeared in this tiara was at the diplomatic reception in December 2022, again choosing a Jenny Packham gown, this time in a rich red hue and complementing the look with diamond earrings from Queen Elizabeth II's treasury. The lotus flower tiara is a piece with a rich history linked to two influential royal women, the Queen Mother and Princess Margaret. By choosing it, Kate pays homage to these figures and demonstrates her understanding of the nuances of royal heritage. But it is another tiara, closely associated with her late mother-in-law, that has become her undeniable favourite. Which one? The Lover's Knot, tiara, poetry of pearls and diamonds. If there is one tiara strongly associated with Catherine, Princess of Wales, it is undoubtedly the Lover's Knot. She first wore it in December 2015, at the annual diplomatic reception at Buckingham Palace. Although photographers are not always permitted inside this event, keen observers managed to spot the tiara's familiar silhouette in photographs taken through car windows. Since then, this tiara has become her #1 choice for the most formal occasions. The Lover's Knot. Tiara is a masterpiece of jewellery artistry created by the renowned British house Garrard for Queen Mary of Teck around 1913 or 1914. Its design is striking in its romanticism and intricacy. It comprises 19 delicate arches, crafted from brilliant cut diamonds set in silver and gold. Beneath each arch, like dewdrops, swing large drop-shaped pearls of impeccable shape and luster. Originally, upright round pearls also stood atop the arches, but Queen Mary later had them removed, giving the tiara its current lighter appearance. The central motif of the design is the Lover's Knot, intertwined ribbons topped with a large diamond, a symbol of eternal love and devotion. It is important to note that the tiara Kate wears is sometimes mistakenly called the Cambridge Lover's Knot. In fact, it is a copy of an earlier piece. The original Cambridge Lover's Knot tiara belonged to Queen Mary's maternal grandmother, Princess Augusta of Hesse Castle, Duchess of Cambridge. That tiara had a similar design but was executed in a neo-Gothic style. Queen Mary admired her grandmother's tiara and commissioned Garrard to make a copy using pearls and diamonds already in her family's possession. The fate of the original Cambridge Lover's Knot tiara is unknown. It is presumed to have been sold at auction and is now in a private collection. The tiara created for Queen Mary is officially known simply as the Lover's Knot tiara. After Queen Mary's death in 1953, the tiara was inherited by her granddaughter, Queen Elizabeth II. Queen Elizabeth II wore it several times in the 1950s, but then the jewel largely disappeared from public view for a long time. The Lover's Knot. tiara made its return in 1981 when Queen Elizabeth II presented it as a wedding gift, or more accurately a lifetime loan, to Lady Diana Spencer upon her marriage to Prince Charles. The tiara quickly became one of Princess Diana's most beloved and frequently worn jewels. She wore it to countless state banquets, official tours, and formal events worldwide. Diana's image in this tiara, the epitome of a fairy tale princess, became iconic. However, Diana reportedly found the tiara quite heavy and sometimes complained of headaches after wearing it. Nevertheless, the sentimental value and beauty of the piece outweighed the discomfort. After her divorce from Prince Charles, the tiara was returned to Queen Elizabeth II. And then, years later, the tiara shone again in public, this time on Diana's daughter-in-law, Kate Middleton. Following her first appearance in it in 2015, Kate has worn the lover's knot numerous times. December 2016, again at the diplomatic reception, Kate paired the tiara with a stunning red gown by Jenny Packham, the same one worn with the lotus flower tiara in 2015, showcasing sensible outfit repetition, and diamond earrings. The choice of the tiara, so beloved by Diana, was seen as a poignant gesture of respect. July 2017, state banquet honoring King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia of Spain. Kate looked incredible in a delicate pink lace gown by Marchesa the Lover's Knot. Tiara was complemented by the spectacular Greville ruby and diamond floral bandeau necklace belonging to Queen Elizabeth II. December 2017, annual diplomatic reception. This time Kate chose a sparkling pale blue Jenny Packham gown, pairing the tiara with the imposing Nizam of Hyderabad diamond necklace, believed to be Queen Elizabeth's wedding gift, and the Collingwood pearl and diamond earrings, also frequently worn by Princess Diana. October 2018, state banquet honouring King Willem-Alexander and Queen Maxima of the Netherlands. Kate shone in a blue Alexander McQueen gown, the lover's knot tiara harmonised with the famous Queen Alexandra's wedding necklace, and worn for the first time by her, the Royal Family Order of Queen Elizabeth II, a sign of the monarch's special favour. December 2018, diplomatic reception. Fortunately for admirers, photographers were allowed inside the palace. Kate appeared in a shimmering cream Jenny Packham gown with bead and sequin embroidery. The tiara, the Collingwood pearl earrings, and the Royal Family Order completed this truly regal look. June 2019, state banquet honouring US President Donald Trump. Kate chose a white ruffled Alexander McQueen gown. She again wore the lover's knot tiara, this time complementing it with the Queen Mother's sapphire and diamond fringe earrings and her new Dame Grand Cross of the Royal Victorian Order, bestowed upon her by Queen Elizabeth II. December 2019, diplomatic reception. The event's dress code, white tie and decorations, calls for tiaras. Kate chose her proven favourite, the lover's knot, pairing it with a navy velvet Alexander McQueen gown and the stunning Nizam of Hyderabad necklace. November 2022, the first state banquet hosted by the new King Charles III, honouring President Cyril Ramaphosa of South Africa. Now with the status of Princess of Wales, Kate once again favoured the lover's knot tiara. She wore a white Jenny Packham cape gown, embellished at the shoulders, pearl earrings that belonged to Diana, and Queen Elizabeth II's 4-row pearl bracelet. The Royal Family Order and the Star of the Royal Victorian Order completed the ensemble. June 2023, Royal Wedding of Crown Prince Hussein of Jordan and Rajwa Al Saif. At the evening banquet, Kate looked dazzling in a pink sequined Jenny Packham gown. The lover's knot tiara crowned her head, while the substantial Greville diamond chandelier earrings, often used by Queen Elizabeth II, adorned her ears. December 2023, diplomatic reception. The Princess of Wales repeated her look from the Jordanian wedding: pink Jenny Packham gown, lover's knot tiara, and Greville chandelier earrings. The lover's knot tiara has become more than just an adornment for Kate. It is a symbol of her evolving role within the royal family. It carries the weight of history, the memory of Diana, and the grandeur of the British monarchy. Each appearance she makes in this tiara is a statement of continuity and elegance. It seemed that Kate's tiara choices might be limited to these 3 historic pieces. But in late 2023, the Princess of Wales presented a true surprise, reviving a jewel unseen for nearly a century. What treasure was brought forth from the royal vaults? The Strathmore Rose Tiara, Return of a Forgotten Beauty. In November 2023, at the state banquet in Buckingham Palace, honouring President Yoon Suk Yeol of South Korea, the Princess of Wales did something few expected. She appeared in a tiara she had never worn before. Moreover, a tiara that had not been seen in public for nearly 90 years. It was the Strathmore Rose Tiara. This appearance became a sensation among royal watchers and jewellery experts. The Strathmore Rose Tiara is an exquisite floral piece that once belonged to Elizabeth, the Queen Mother. She received it as a wedding gift from her father, Claude Bowes-Lyon, the 14th Earl of Strathmore and Kinghorn, when she married the Duke of York, the future King George VI, in 1923. The tiara's name derives from her father's earldom. The tiara was purchased by the Earl of Strathmore from the London firm Catchpole and Williams. Although the exact maker is not definitively known, it is speculated to have been Burroughs and Sons. The design features a garland of 5 roses, fashioned from rose-cut and brilliant-cut diamonds, set in silver and gold. The roses could be detached and worn as individual brooches. Furthermore, the tiara possessed remarkable versatility. It could be worn in 2 ways. First, traditionally as a circlet high on the head. Second, in the 1920s style, low across the forehead as a bandeau. This is precisely how the young Duchess of York wore it in the early years after her wedding, as captured in several well-known photographs. However, after the 1930s, the Queen Mother ceased appearing in this tiara publicly. Perhaps due to changing fashions or her elevated status as Queen, she began to favour larger, more formal pieces. The Strathmore Rose Tiara was placed in the royal vaults and remained there for decades, becoming an almost legendary sleeping treasure. Many doubted whether it had survived intact or had been dismantled. And then, nearly a century later, Kate, Princess of Wales, brought this delicate and romantic piece back to life. At the banquet for the President of South Korea, she wore the tiara in the traditional manner, atop her head. Her choice of gown, white by Jenny Packham with gold embroidery, perfectly complemented the tiara's vintage charm. Diamond earrings belonging to Queen Elizabeth II completed the look. The choice of the Strathmore Rose tiara was significant for several reasons. Firstly, it demonstrated Kate's access to an even broader part of the royal collection, including items with deep personal connections to the Queen Mother. Secondly, it was a distinct departure from her usual choice of the lover's knot, showcasing her willingness to experiment and surprise. Thirdly, the return of such a historic and long unseen piece served as a tribute to family history and the craftsmanship of past jewelers. It was an elegant way to bridge the past and present. As of now, this remains Kate's only known appearance in the Strathmore Rose tiara. Will she wear it again? Or was this a singular gesture reserved for a special occasion? Time will tell. But the very fact of this floral wonders revival generated immense interest and admiration. From the wedding halo to the favourite lover's knot, from the elegant lotus flower to the unexpectedly revived Strathmore roses, each tiara worn by Kate tells its own story. But what unites all these precious moments? 4 tiaras, 4 unique stories woven into the fabric of the British monarchy. From the gentle radiance of the Cartier halo on her wedding day, symbolising the beginning of her royal path, to the graceful lotus flower, linking her to the Queen Mother and Princess Margaret. From the iconic lover's knot, heavy with history and sentimental connection to Princess Diana, to the surprising and romantic return of the Strathmore roses, each tiara not only marks milestones in the life of Catherine, Princess of Wales, but also demonstrates her growing confidence and position within the royal family. These adornments are more than mere accessories. They are symbols of continuity, tributes to the past, and statements about the monarchy's future. In choosing a particular tiara, Kate doesn't merely compliment her attire. She engages in a dialogue with history, with the women who wore these treasures before her, and with the very institution she represents. Her choices are always elegant, considered, and imbued with meaning. What other treasures from the royal collection will we see the Princess of Wales wear in the future? What stories will her next tiara appearances tell? These questions leave room for admiration and anticipation. The sparkle of these historic jewels continues to dazzle and intrigue, reminding us of the enduring magic of royal jewellery. Which of the tiaras worn by Kate Middleton made the biggest impression on you? Do you have a favourite? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We are very interested to hear what you think. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss new dives into the world of history, luxury, and royal secrets. Thank you for watching.